There's so many different types of climbing. Sport climbing, bouldering, trad climbing, deep water soloing, speed climbing, big wall climbing, ice climbing, multi-pitch climbing, just a lot of different ones. Hey guys, my name is Magnus Midtbø and I share my climbing adventures here on YouTube.
Woo! The waves are just getting worse and worse.
The one I did with Alex Honnold is always the one people bring up when they meet me.
There's some loose rocks here.
That video was insane.
We did it!
I think the main thing about the climbing community is how diverse it is. I think people would be surprised when they get into climbing how many different people there are. Today we're gonna go through my watch history, and there are probably some videos that you have seen, others that you haven't, and maybe even a few surprises. I'm pretty nervous to share what I've been watching, yeah, because I watch a lot of dumb shit too, so. First up, I'm gonna be going into my watch history and show you what I've been watching recently. Look at this.
Why?
That is the sound of a really loose rock. See that rock? It's completely detached.
really gross.
And I had to pull on it with all of my weight.
Yeah, that wouldn't really faze me, I think. I mean, I've climbed on loose rock before. That looks like it's just jammed in there perfectly anyways. It's not the climber that should be worried, it's the belayer, the guy standing on the ground. Because if that came up, that would potentially hit the guy on the ground, not him. He would just rip it up and fall, and this was bolted anyways, so yeah, he would not be in danger. How I film epic handheld B-roll behind the scenes. Daniel Schiffer. Wow. He basically makes high production advertisements, but for way less. And he's like a one-man show. He doesn't have a crew or anything. So for anyone else out there who's interested in cameras and editing, Daniel Schiffer is a great creator to watch. There we go. Exploring America's most isolated town, Yes Theory.
We made it! Come over here! We made it!
Yes Theory is probably the most wholesome channel I watch. They go to a lot of interesting places.
Formerly known as Barrow, is one of the oldest permanent settlements in the United States.
I would love to do a collab with them, maybe go climbing with them. I think it would be nice for them to challenge me as well. I tried every Olympic sport to see what is easiest. Ludwig.
Dude, I barely felt it on my tush.
Ludwig is someone that I've collabed with a couple of times. To be completely honest, when he reached out, I had no idea who he was. Back when I did not have many followers or anything, but he was interested in climbing. Then people saw his comments, because he commented on one of my videos, and they were like,
Oh my God, Ludwig commented on your video.
but then when I looked him up, I was like, oh, he's super big and he's also very funny.
The thing about a great architect is he only screws once. It's backwards.
I replied to him and then I took him climbing. I find it very hard to be funny on camera, but he's just naturally funny.
How much do you think I weigh, looking at me? You.
Don't push your belly out.
He turns it up even more on camera. Not only does it make the video good, but it's also fun to shoot with him because I laugh a lot.
I'm done.
If you watch climbing videos and get confused by all the different terms, this next game is for you, lingo. I'm gonna go through my watch history and I'm gonna explain some of the lingo. This video is pro route setter versus beginner route setter. A route setter is the guy who puts the climbing holds on the wall. They're trying to force a type of move, a sequence on the wall.
Come on.
Oh, awful crimps.
Crimps are small edges, so you only get the tips of your fingers on them. There are a lot of different holds. A jug is the best hold. Beginners love jugs. And then there's slopers, where they slope like that, so you can't really get behind them. And then crimps, small edges, and then pinches. And then I guess pockets too. 4-finger pockets, 3-finger pockets, or 2-finger, or even 1-finger pockets, also called monos.
Oh, it's really fun.
It's a hard
It's a hard move, and for someone who does not enjoy dynos.
A dyno is a dynamic move, sort of like a jump. It can be either with one hand, or if it's with 2 hands, you call it a double dyno. A dyno can look very different, but it's a jump, basically.
What grade would you give it?
Grade. I think it's probably in the V6 region.
A V0 is very easy. V15 is gonna seem impossible to most people. V6, you probably have to have climbed for 3-4 4 years to get a V6.
The resting point.
Hashtag Honolding.
So Honolding from Alex Honnold, there's a famous photo of him where he's standing like this in Yosemite. Whenever people kind of face out like that on the ledge, they call it a Honnold. Where is it? Oh, there we go.
I pulled on the first bit, it's much more joggy just to get you into the climb.
Much more juggy means that it's a lot easier. And Toby Roberts is the current Olympic champion, so he's really, really good.
I'm really psyched to have sent Gancho Perfecto.
To have sent something is to complete something. And when you complete something, you usually never try it again. I think it's probably here.
That's one I'm still missing. I already had one go without any beta and couldn't really figure it out while climbing.
Beta is like sequence method, how you're doing it. It's kind of the recipe, how to solve it. So in the beginning, you try to figure out the beta. When you get to know the beta, then you start sending it.
Yeah, maybe not the hardest AT, but it's still pretty pumpy. And
pumpy is just when your forearms get full of lactic acid. The reason you fall is usually because you can't grab anymore. You're just so pumped. For this next segment, I'm gonna watch a video from my own watch history, and I'm either gonna say been there or not.
Today I'm at the Ogikubo B-Pump in Japan with Emil from Hooper's Beta. In this video, I'm going to start at the easiest grade in the gym and work my way up to see what grade I max out at.
I've been there literally to B-Pump. This is in Japan, Tokyo. Tokyo has a lot of strong climbers, maybe the strongest team right now in the World Cups. B-Pump is notorious for being sandbagged. Sandbagged means that the grades are harder than what they seem. When you go to B-Pump, usually you get humiliated.
No!
Because you think you climb at a high level, and then, yeah, in B-Pump you don't.
Good start from both women. Victor is ahead.
Oh, that's amazing.
Slips, but she's going to come back right.
Oh God.
Has to keep it together for the win.
Wow.
She does.
Not yet. Speed climbing is on a standardized route, so the route is always the same. So you basically just practice that one route, while the climbing that I do, like bouldering and lead, is about problem solving. So there's always a new boulder or a new route, and you have to try to solve that. The world record is around 5 seconds. I tried this for a couple of hours, and I could get down to, I think it was 12 seconds.
Yeah, 12:26.
12 seconds felt really fast to me, so imagining 5 seconds is just crazy.
Encontrar una buena línea que creo que llega hasta su cumbre. Ahora llega el punto en que la escalada se vuelve más difícil, vertical y expuesta.
Been there. I was there for the World Championships in ice climbing a couple of years ago, and I tried it there. It was very interesting, very difficult, but there are definitely similarities. I would say ice climbing is probably more similar to the type of climbing I do than speed climbing. Yes, been there. Skin is so important in climbing, especially when you climb outside. You wear down the skin, it will start bleeding, you'll have small cuts, and it really affects the friction on the rock. You want smooth and hard skin for it to feel sticky. Okay, last up, I'm gonna give you 3 videos that I recommend for people getting into climbing. 5 beginner bouldering tips and techniques, Hannah Morris. I feel like it covers the basic techniques you need. Foot technique, a lot of the mistakes that people do in the beginning.
Smearing is something that you will often do on volumes, or like I said, when you don't have a foothold to work with.
It's a shorter video and to the point. Yeah, so Bouldering Bobet, I've done also multiple collabs with. They're really good climbers. They're one of the biggest climbing channels on the platform. But I also think that this is a great tutorial.
Use your legs. They are some of the biggest muscles in our body. It's not all about pulling and climbing. Sometimes you've got to push with those legs, okay?
You feel like part of the group when watching their channel.
The most important tip of all, have fun.
Why is rock climbing so addicting? By Albert OK.
Climbing can be understood as why it's so addictive in 3 aspects: endorphins, the sense of accomplishment, and community.
Climbing is very addictive. You see a lot of people who come from like gaming, computer games. They like climbing because they feel like there's some similarities where if you go to an indoor climbing gym, the holds will have different colors, there are grades. Yeah, it's like a video game, but you use your own body and you actually get a good workout out of it. And then there's the community part of it too, I think. So yeah, very social sport as well. I hope that this piqued your interest in climbing. Please check out the creators that we watched today. They are some amazing athletes and incredible to watch. Plus, you get to see some of the most amazing locations around the world.